This is the Precalculus Mid 5th 6 weeks test we had last week. There are only 12 problems, but most of them involve calculation. And what I'm going to use for this is the TI Inspire CX calculator, pictured here, and then also the numerical solve feature. So for many of you, you're not going to have the same calculator, and with the way we're going to do it here in this video lesson, it's going to be doing it with numerical solve. It'll be very quick. So for triangle ABC shown below, what is the length of the unknown side B to the nearest tenth of a centimeter? And what you have is a known side opposite a known angle, so that tells us that it looks like it's probably a law of sines application. Well, the ratio we have to work with that we are given is this one right here. We have the side of 19 centimeters opposite the angle whose sine is 70 degrees. And using this ratio, we know that we're trying to find angle B over the sine of our other known angle, which is 37 degrees. And now we go to our graphing calculator. We look in the upper right and see that we see the DEG and that the calculator's in degrees. So that'll make it easier for us. So we go to menu, 3-1, numerical solve, we set up our equation. So we put the angle, it was B, over the sine of 37 degrees. So we put sine 37, and that is equal to, we have 19 divided by the sine of 70 degrees. We go here, we press comma, and B is our unknown. So we get 12.2 rounded to the nearest tenth. So centimeters, that's going to be answer choice B. Next, problem 2. For the information given drawing below, what is the measure of angle P to the nearest tenth of a degree? Well, again, we have this 22 meters known side opposite this known angle of 110 degrees. We want to find the measure of angle P, so we will say the sine of angle P over the side opposite P, which is 8 meters, is equal to the sine of 110 degrees opposite 22. So again, to our calculator we go, menu 3-1, and we get sine P, and I'll just put P here, over 8 is equal to our sine of 70 degrees over 22. And we go to comma P, find that angle. We are in degrees, it should work. So we get 19.98, and rounded that should be 20 even. Rounded to the 100th place or 10th place. So 20 degrees. And so that would be closest to answer choice A. Next, 3. Which of the four triangles shown has the unknown side A that can be solved using law of sines? So this will be a non-calculator problem. So this B is a law of cosines. I think choice A is 2. I don't think we have enough information here. Well, not to solve for side A anyway. But here we have 33 over sine 89 is going to be equal to A over sine 45 degrees. So D is our correct answer for problem 3. 4. Which of the four triangles shown below is not an immediate law of cosines application? Well, B definitely is, because we got the side angle side. I think A is. And D, we can solve this using law of cosines also. So I think by matter of elimination, by process of elimination, I think, yeah, this C is a law of sines, but not law of cosines application. Because we got this sine 90 degrees over 32, and the sine 50 degrees over A. So C is going to be our correct answer for 4. Okay, 5. John and Bob hike in different directions according to the drawing shown. Bob hiked 5 miles and John hiked 4 miles, separated by an angle of 100 degrees. How far apart are they to the nearest tenth of a mile? Well, it's going to be law of cosines. Okay, we can call this down here C, angle C, and this over here, up here, side C, the distance apart. So our equation is going to be little c squared equals 4 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 4 times 5 times cosine of 100 degrees. And going to our calculator, we're going to go to numerical solve again, menu 3-1, and we're going to put in c squared equals 4 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 4 times 5 times cosine of 100 degrees. And we come over here and press in comma. C is the letter we use for unknown. So we get 6.92 miles. Let's look at that. Miles, that's going to be closest to answer choice B. Next, 6. A ship moving toward an island at point F. So there's a ship at point F moving towards the island in this direction. Sees between point E and the lighthouse at point D an angle measuring 67 degrees. That's what this drawing indicates. Look at lighthouse measuring an angle of 36 over here degrees between the ship and the island, point E, and the distance between the island and the lighthouse is 20 miles. What is the distance D between the ship and the island to the nearest tenth of a mile? Well, the distance D is to its angle opposite, which is 36. So we put this as sine 36 degrees, is proportional to this 20-mile distance opposite the sine of 67 degrees. And so we go to our calculator again, menu 3-1. We go get our D, which is what we're trying to find, over our sine of 36 degrees. And that is equal to distance, which is 20, over the sine of 67 degrees. And we go here and press comma, and d is our unknown. And for that we get 12.77, so rounded to 10th, 12.8. And that would be closest to answer choice C. Next, problem 7. Use the law of sines to find the length of side C in the triangle below. Usually we try to do these without giving direct clues like this, but there's a reason for this problem being in this manner. So we have the ratio C over the sine of 70 degrees is equal to 12 over the sine of 45 degrees. Except I have it messed up here, don't I? Can't even do that. That's why it pays to look carefully. So C over sine, C is to sine 45 degrees, as 12 is to sine 70 degrees. There we go. Okay. So we go to our calculator again. Menu 3-1. So for this, we have C over sine 45 degrees equals this is supposed to be 12 over sine 70 degrees. And we're going to go here to the right and press comma C, enter. We get 9.03 roughly. Let's go here. So 9C, 9.03 meters, I guess that is. That's answer choice B. Next, 8. Which of the following are the missing sides for the triangle shown below? What you have here is, you can't directly do this right now because you have to do a little preliminary work. And notably, we need to find what angle C is. Well, for that, it's pretty easy. If we have 180 degrees minus 55 degrees minus 35 degrees, we're going to get 90 degrees. So therefore, we have a right angle at C. And we really don't have to use law of cosines at this point. We can use tangent or cotangent to find sides A and B, but just along with this theme we have of solving these problems, we're going to say that B over sine 55 degrees is equal to 8 over sine of 90 degrees. So sine of 90 degrees is 1. But I'll just enter it as if we don't even know that. So going to our calculator, menu 3-1, we have B over sine of 55 degrees is equal to 8 over sine 90 degrees, which again we know is 1, comma, B. So we get 6.55. So B is approximately equal to 6.55. So that's going to be that one right here. And okay, so we know it can't be answer choice C because that's choice, that's C, that's 2 and 4. We know it cannot be that. Anything that does not have Roman numeral 3 in it is, and probably D is off the list too. Next, we're going to find side A. Well, A is to sine of 35 degrees, as 8 is to sine 90 degrees. Okay, go to our calculator, menu 3-1. Okay, we have A is to sine of 35 degrees, as 8 is to sine of 90 degrees. And I'm just going to put 1 down here, save a few keystrokes, comma, A. And for that we get 4.59. So let's go to 4.59. So A, 4.59. That's going to be 2. So there we have the two sides there. Answer choice B. Next, 9. What is the length of side D to the nearest hundredth place? Well, we can't directly get D because we don't have a known angle. We don't have angle D, so we can't do that directly. So we're going to have to figure out what it is, kind of go around the horn. Well, we can find angle F. So sine of angle F is to the side length F, which is 4, as sine of 39 degrees is opposite 5. Okay, so we go to our calculator, and in menu 3-1, and we have the sine of F opposite the side length. I believe that's 4. Is equal to the sine of that's 39 degrees opposite side length 5. I'm just going to check to be sure here. 4, 3, 9, 5. Yeah, looks good. Okay, and we go to comma F. And is that a comma there? I hope so. Okay, we get 30.23, we'll say, degrees. Okay, so F, 30.23 degrees. And so angle D is equal to 180 minus 39 minus 30.23 degrees. Okay. So we go to our calculator and go to 180 minus 39 minus, and I'm going to press Control A and S for last answer calculated. So we get 110.77 degrees. So we'll come back here and say 110.77 degrees. So there it is. That's D. And so little d, opposite sine 110.77 degrees, is going to be equal to our side length little e opposite angle e, or the sine of angle e rather. So now we can set this up, and we will have side length d. So menu 3-1. Oops. Okay, control. We have side length d, which we do not know, over the sine of, I'll just do A and S like last time, control A and S, is equal to, we get this fraction here of 5 over the sine of 39 degrees. And we go over here and press comma D. And that should get it for us. We get about 7.43. So we go over here and say D 7.43. Well, the closest it's going to be is A. And that's pretty close. Just a hundredth off. Definitely the best answer by far. Okay, find the measure of angle A. Well, again, we have this angle A opposite 20, but we don't have anything else opposite. So we're going to need to find this little c over here first. So c squared, using law of cosines, is equal to 20 squared plus 13 squared minus 22 times 20 times 13 times cosine of 139 degrees. So we will just put that in our calculator. Okay, menu 3-1. We'll put c squared equals 20 squared plus 13 squared minus 2 times 20 times 13 times cosine 139 degrees. And we go outside here, and we're going to press comma C. And for that, we get 31.0072. Okay, so we go here. $31. $31.0072, and that's a side length. And so what we now have is a way to find angle A. We know now that sine A opposite this side A, which is 20, is equal to the sine of 139 degrees, opposite our now known side, which is 31.0072. So in our calculator, we're going to go to menu 3.1, and we have our sine of angle A opposite side A, which is 20, is equal to we have the sine of 139 degrees opposite what we last calculated, 31.0072. So you press Control A and S, and then comma A. I want to make sure this is right here before I press enter. Sine A over 20. Yeah, okay. That should be right. Okay, press enter. We get 25.03 degrees. And that's closest by far to answer choice A. The next two problems are free response problems, and we need to find the correct answers to fill in. So here we're trying to find length side P. So for that, the equation P over sine of 13 degrees equals 9 over sine of 133 degrees, nearest 10th of an inch. Okay, so going to our calculator, menu 3.1, we have, there we go, sometimes it prematurely does. Okay, side P over the sine of 13 degrees is equal to the 9 divided by the sine of 133 degrees. We go over here to the right, press comma P, everything looks good. So we get 2.768. So P 2.768. Okay, and rounded to the nearest tenth, that's going to be 2.8. So we're looking to mark 2.8, and so we're going to put plus 2.8. And then fill in the bubbles here. We put some 2 here and 0.8. And I seem to remember a lot of people filled in like 2.768, so on. And the gridding would automatically calculate as correct, but as a matter of technicality, the correct answer is 2.8, positive 2.8. Okay, last problem. Find the measure of angle A to the nearest degree. Mark your answer in the grid provided. We have a side, side, side. That's a law of cosines. So we have side A squared, which is 10 squared, is equal to the other sides, 11 squared plus 17 squared minus 2 times 11 times 17 times the cosine of angle A, which we do not know. Now, if we don't have something like numerical solve, that's going to be a lot more manipulation that would need to be done. But we'll just go to our calculator and put in menu 3.1, numerical solve, and we have here 10 squared is equal to 11 squared plus 17 squared minus 2 times 11 times 17 times the cosine of angle A. And we go here and put in comma A and just checking to be sure. 10, 11, 17, no, that's good. 11, 17 is kind of bruising. We get 34.0164. Okay, so degrees, and to the nearest degree would be 34 degrees. And again, I had people who filled out multiple decimal places, but plus 34. We don't need a decimal place behind it. We can put those consecutive 3 and 4 any place in this answer grid and still be marked correct for that. So 3 here, 4 here. Anyway, that's it. I didn't think that was a very hard test, but it really did test a lot the law of sines and the law of cosines. Good luck in your review and your future tests and understanding. And as always, thanks for viewing.